Natalie Wood was an American actress who drowned on a boating trip on November 29, 1981. She was on the trip with her husband, Robert Wagner, and actor Christoper Walken. Natalie Wood's cause of death was ruled an accidental drowning in 1981. However, the case was reopened in 2011, and it is now considered a suspicious death. During the filming of the upcoming movie Brainstorm, in which Christoper Walken and Natalie Wood were starring together, the trio took a boat trip on Wagner's boat Splendour. On the evening of November 29th, the group returned from dinner at 10 p.m. According to Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood went straight to their cabin to rest at roughly 10:45 p.m. According to their statements, Wagner and Walken talked at the desk for a while before Wagner retired to the cabin. Upon finding his wife missing, Wagner discovered that the dinghy was also missing and raised the alarm. At 1 a.m. on November 29, 1981, an SOS call was made to report that Wood had disappeared from the Splendour. The body of Natalie Wood was discovered at 8 a.m. the next morning. She was wearing a nightgown, jacket, and socks when she was discovered face down in the Pacific Ocean. An inflatable dinghy boat from the Splendour was discovered close by. The dinghy was switched off, in neutral, but with its oars locked. It didn't appear to have been used. The death of Natalie Wood was initially declared an accidental drowning. At a news conference days after Natalie Wood's death, the chief medical examiner said that Wood had slipped while trying to board the dinghy. He said that her injuries were consistent with her hitting the yacht as she fell. Natalie Wood's autopsy revealed that initial suspicions included suicide. She had numerous fresh bruises to her arms and legs and abrasions to her face. It states that the bruises are probably sustained at the time of drowning. The toxicology report reveals that at the time of Natalie Wood's drowning, she had taken drugs before her death. The report reveals traces of alcohol, barbiturates, cocaine, and PCP. On the evening of the drowning, the group had been drinking heavily. The party was so intoxicated that the manager of a restaurant asked the harbor master to keep an eye on them. The autopsy places the time of Natalie Wood's death at around midnight, and at that time, no foul play was suspected. Natalie Wood's death has been the subject of controversy because Natalie Wood was terrified of deep water and could not swim. Her sister Lana Wood also told the press that she would not have gone anywhere without being well-dressed and with a full face of makeup. Lana believes she would have asked the captain to take her ashore to a motel if she wished to leave the boat. There are many unanswered questions as to how she ended up in the water. There are questions why she would leave the safety of the yacht to board a dinghy alone. Many consider that the death of Natalie Wood was murder. The book Goodbye Natalie, Goodbye Splendour, A.D., revealed new accounts of Natalie Wood's death as told by Dennis Davern. Dennis was the captain of the boat on the evening she drowned. The claims in the book include the claims that the couple had an aggressive drunken row that erupted with Robert Wagner smashing a wine bottle on deck. Walken went to his cabin, and Robert Wagner and his spouse, Natalie Wood, continued to argue. In 2011, the Natalie Wood case was reopened by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. In the press conference, investigators told the press that they had substantial new evidence. They did not elaborate on further details. At this time, they said, Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood's spouse at the time, was not considered a suspect. The news of the reopened case was welcomed by Dennis Davern, the captain of the Splendour. He had heard the couple arguing and had attempted to intervene, but was told to go away. Dennis Davern claimed that he believed Wagner had killed his wife and had lied in his police report.
They hadn't turned the searchlight on to search for her and did not report her missing straight away.
Walken met with investigators upon the case reopening and is not considered a suspect.
In 2012, Natalie Wood's death certificate was amended from a ruling of accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factor. In the accompanying report, the chief medical examiner stated that the location and amount of bruises suggested an assault. The lack of facial bruising and head trauma disputes the opinion that she had hit her head on the boat. In a February 2018 press conference, investigators told the press that they had new witnesses who changed the timeline of that evening. John Corina revealed that over 100 witnesses had come forward with new information. They have interviewed witnesses and have a timeline up until Natalie entered the water. Witnesses reported hearing an argument between a man and a woman calling for help. Arguments that took place between Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner were also witnessed by multiple witnesses, including arguments on the back of the yacht. Investigators believe she may have been assaulted on the day of her death due to the fresh bruises discovered in the autopsy. At this time, Natalie Wood's death was classed as a suspicious death by investigators. Robert Wagner was considered a person of interest. Natalie Wood's daughter, Natasha Gregson Wagner, released the book More Than Love, A.D. The book features stories about her mother, Natalie Wood, and her own narrative on the night of her death. Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood's husband, has so far refused to be interviewed. Today, he refuses to speak to the press when asked for comments on the case. The mystery of Natalie Wood's death may never be solved.